Hello, I am Sujata Adamuthe from Aryan College of Education, Pune. Today, we will see the curves other than normal probability curve. Under this, we will see the skewness, where positive skewness and negative skewness are there, and the kurtosis, platykurtic and leptokurtic. Let us see skewness first. Here, some class intervals as given from 99, 90 to 99 and 10 to 19. And the remaining one are like this. That means the difference between the classes are 10. Then we will see the first group frequency. The frequency as given of that group is concentrated at the middle. That means here 10 for 50 to 59 class interval. Then if we observe, we will notice that the frequencies are going to reduce like this at the upper side, and also below of the 10 frequency the other frequency has reduced in the same manner as above. That means here also 8 8 5 5 3 3 1 1. That means if we draw the graph curve of this group, then we will notice that there will be a normal probability curve. That means middle highest frequency and on both sides reduced in the same manner. Then we will see here the frequencies of the second group. The frequency here is concentrated here as a 13 for the 80 to 89 class interval. That means here the other frequencies are reduced in this manner. That means 10, 7, 4, 3, 1. But here only one frequency is there. Then we will see the third group. Here the frequency is concentrated at the bottom and it is reduced 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 1 like this and 2 here. Okay. Why this is? We will see. Skewness refers to lack of symmetry, right? Means if we observe again the frequencies of these three groups, here we will notice that there is a symmetry. That means just as said you that if we draw the curve of this, it will come normal probability curve. But here the frequency is concentrated at the 80 plus 89. And if we draw the curve of this group, then the highest point will come on the right side and it will be reduced. It is not, the frequencies are not distributed symmetrically on both sides. If we observe these three groups, again here we will see that 15 is here and it will reduce. That means the highest point will come on the, or highest frequency is on the left side if we draw the curve of this group and it will be reduced. That means on both sides of the highest frequency there is no symmetry and this is called as the skewness. Again I will repeat, skewness refers to lack of symmetry. That means in this group there is a symmetry, but in these two groups there is no any symmetry and that is called as the skewness. Then here we'll read that in many distributions which divides from the normal, the value of mean, median, mode are different and there is no symmetry between the two halves of the curve. Such distribution are said to be skewed. Obviously, when the symmetry is there on both sides, the value of the mean, median, mode are the same. But here if we calculate mean, median, mode of these group is not equal. And here also if we calculate mean, median, mode, the values of that measures of central tendencies will come different and this is called as a skewness. Then we will see the negative skewness. There are two types of skewness are there, negative skewness and positive skewness. From that, in the negative skewness, we will see the second group. That means here the maximum frequency is their highest frequency is, if we plot the graph, it will come on the right side, right? We'll see how it will come. See the graph here. If we observe this frequency and the graph here, the 13 is on the 80, 89. That means here 13 maximum frequency are there. And see here, all the other frequencies has reduced here. Here if we plot the graph, it will come like this. That means here highest frequency, here highest. And you know that mode means maximum, where the maximum frequency is concentrated, and so mode will come here. And if we calculate median and mean, then mean is always coming on the this side, that means on the left side, and always the median will come in between the mean and mode, and so median will come here. This is called as a negatively skewed distribution or negative skewness. We will see the characteristics of the negative skewness now. The first characteristic is the distribution is skewed negatively or to the left side. This is the left side of the curve, and the distribution of the skew is on the negative side, and so the skewness, this curve is called as a negative skewness curve, and the distribution is called as a negative skewness. Then the second characteristic is, in the case of negative skewness, the curve is more inclined towards left. It is more inclined. See, it is the highest frequency, lowest frequency, and so it is more inclined on the left side. M is on the negative side. Always when we calculate such in the such type of distribution, the mean always come on the negative side, and the median always come in between the mode and mean. MO is on opposite side of M, and median is in between M and M. Then we will see the positive skewness. See, class intervals has given, the frequencies of third group has given here. The highest frequency is 15 of the 2029 group. If we plot the curve of this frequency of this group, then you can see the curve will come like this. Here you can observe that the mode, that means here 15 highest frequency is there for the group 2029. That means on the left side of the curve there is a mode, and if we observe the curve like this, it is inclined towards the positively, so it is positive skewness is called for that distribution, because the distribution is on the positive side. And if we calculate median and mean, then it will come mean on the positive side, that means on the inclined side, and median will come in between mode and mean. Let us see the characteristics in them again. The distribution is skewed positively or to the right. That means here to the right or positively the distribution is there. Then in the positive skewness, the curve is more inclined towards right. Correct? M is on the opposite positive side. M is always come on the positive side. MO is on the opposite. MO is on the opposite side of M, and MDN is in between M and MDN is in between M and M. That means MO is always opposite side of M, and MDN is always in between M and MO. Then we'll see the reasons for negative skewness and reason for positive. Why this skewness comes? Why these distributions come? Because always we will see that normal probability curve is not coming always. Means something is differ from the NPC, and that skewness has come. But there are some reasons for the negative and for the positive. We will see one by one. For the negative skewness, if the students having high ability are more than the low ability, that means originally the group is divided according to their ability, and in that group mostly the students have a high ability, and so the negative skewness will come. Then here the students have the low ability or more than the higher ability, and if the low ability is there, always the positive, on the positive side there is a skewness, right? Here, if the students understanding ability and they are very interested in the study, then the negative skewness will come. Obviously, if understanding ability is high and they're very much taking interested in the study, they will get the good marks, good scores, and obviously the negative skewness will come there. Opposite of that, if the students understanding ability is very low and they have the lack of interest, they will not study properly, and so they will get the lower score and the positive skewness will come there. If their good learning habits they have, then obviously they will get the good score, and if they will get the good score, the highest point, highest frequency of that group will come on the positive side, and the negative skewness we will notice there. Here there is lack of learning habits. If your habits are not good, that means if you are doing a sums in the maths by mugging only, then you can't solve in the test, and you will get automatically low scores in that subject, and so positive skewness will come there. If your teaching is very with effective high quality, that means your teaching is very good, the students are taking automatically interest in that subject, no doubts are there mostly, and students will get more scores in that subject, and so automatically negative skewness will come there. Here your teaching is of with low quality and ineffective, the students will not concentrate in that subject, they will not take interest, they can't understand any subject, automatically it affects on the scores and they will get less marks, and the positive skewness will come here. That means your highest point is on the left side of the curve and positive skewness will come. The next reason may be like this, that if you are getting very good guidance and suitable guidance, proper adequate guidance from the teacher, then the students will score more than the, if we observe here like this. So here automatically if the students have the good score, the highest point will come on the positive side, and we will observe the negative skewness in the curve. Here there is a lack of teacher guidance. That means teachers are not giving the guidance how to study, how to remember, how to solve the examples, or what are the references, the learning resources they are not giving. Like this, if there is a lack of teacher guidance, automatically it will affect on understanding ability of the students, and the learning habits also change, and they will get low scores, and the highest point will come on the left side, and the positive skewness we will see here. If the teachers are using very good teaching aids as per the objective, and they are very attractive, and there are variety of teaching aids, that means variety of, in the PowerPoint presentation they are showing many videos regarding that, and they are using, teachers are using the charts and models like that, then automatically the understanding ability of the students will enhance and they will get the good scores in the test, and the negative skewness we will see there. Here, if the teachers are not using any teaching aids in their teaching, so their lack of ability of teaching aids is there, then students will not get good scores. Because if we use the teaching aids, then automatically when the students are again while writing in the examination, or uh, in other case if they are using that basic things in the other content, or either to solve the example or to learn the more steps, next steps based on the previous step, that time they automatically the low understanding we will observe there. And if the low understanding will observe there, then positive skewness will come there. Next point is, if the school atmosphere is very good, the students like it, they are very interested to come schools, and their coordinations in between all people in the school is very good. Communication with the teachers, with the other people, or with the other student is very good. There is a freedom to students to study, to go library, to go lab. That means, in short, if the school atmosphere is very good, automatically it will affects on the students' learning habits, their learning strategies will change automatically, and so we will see the negative skewness. That means the students will get more scores in that subject or in other subjects also. And in reverse, if the school atmosphere is adverse or unfavorable for the study, that means the proper infrastructure is not there, cleaning is not there, their communication with the people in with the students, or the communication in between the teacher or teacher students are not good, then automatically it affects on the students interest to come to the school and to learn, and they will get the low score. If they get the low score, the positive skewness we will observe there. Suppose if the syllabus is very with low level of objectives, that means, for example, for the 8th standard students, the syllabus is very easy as the level of the 5th standard students. If we give the test on that syllabus, the students will get good scores in that subject, and the negative skewness we will observe there. Opposite of that, if very high tough level objective syllabus has given to the students, then they will get low scores. For example, again I can say that for the 8th standard students, if we give the syllabus of 10th standard students, then the very tough with high level of objectives will be there, and students will get very less scores in that test, and we will observe the positive skewness here. Then, if the textbooks are not according to the psychology and with good quality, that means, suppose in the if the textbooks are according to the psychology and with good quality, we will observe the negative skewness. Suppose in the textbook very high quality paper has used, very good pictures are there, then the principles of the learning, that means easy to tough, easy to difficult level has used there. Again, whatever the age of the student is there, according to that the pictures has put there, learning resources has references has given there, then automatically the students will get high scores and negative skewness will observe there. Positive that if the textbooks are not according to the psychology basis and with good quality, that means if you open the book, then the paper we you can see the paper is not good, and the color is paper is, if not white, yellow is there, then students will not concentrate. That means rough quality of textbook is there. And if positively we observe the positive skewness, we observe if the textbook is not according to the psychology of the students. And the last reason for the new negative skewness will come, The we if we make the question paper very easy, then automatically the students will get very good scores in that examination or in that paper, and we will observe the negative skewness will come there. Here, opposite of that, if the question paper is very tough, then students will get less marks, maximum students will get less mark, and we will observe the positive skewness. See, if we observe the reasons for the negative skewness and reason positive skewness, it is opposite to each other. If we observe here again, these first three reasons, these first three reasons are related to students related. Here also, these first three reasons are related to students. The next three reasons are related to the teaching and teachers. That means teaching strategy. Here also, next three reasons are related to teachers. And then school, next reason. Then syllabus. For the syllabus, we require textbook. And after that, evaluation. Right? Here, the reasons of the negative skewness and positive skewness we studied. The next reason may be like that if the checking of answer with distribution more marks, that means if the examiner is with loose hand and he or she has given very good marks in the paper, then automatically negative skewness will come. And the last reason here for the positive skewness is if strictly checking of the answers are there, tight hand is there of the examiner, then the students will get very less marks, and the positive skewness we will observe there. So the last two reasons are related to evaluation, right? We'll go to the next point then, kurtosis. What is meant by the kurtosis? See here again the class intervals has given, the frequencies of first group has given. You can observe here that here at the middle 16 frequency at the middle is concentrated, and here it is 611, and here 0000 frequencies are there are no any frequency. Then if we observe the second group frequency, there is no any frequency noticed as a highest or maximum frequency like 16. The 5 is the highest frequency of this group, then 4321, 432. If we plot the curve of these groups, we'll observe that here, see, we observe that this is the normal curve. If we see the normal probability curve, then it will come like this. But one curve is like this, one curve is like this. That means if we observe the first group frequency, it will come 16 here, and immediately 6 and 1 here, immediately 1 is there and 6 and 1 is here. For the second group, if we observe, then there is no any highest frequency, and so the graph is come like this. That means like the plate, right? And the frequency, that means 5 frequencies are there, 5 frequencies are here, and 4321, 4321, and 54321, 54321, like this. Then we will read this. The curve has the same value of M, MDN and MO. Means in such type of frequency distribution, we will observe that the values of M, MDN and MO are the same for this curve also and for this curve also. And if we divide this curve into two parts, if we divide this curve also into part, we will observe that there is a symmetry. That means if we fold these curves with each other on the two parts, then it will come the same. That means it is a bilateral symmetrical around M, but the height of the curve is high and low than the height of the normal probability curve. That means here the normal probability curve, the first group's height of C, it is high than this normal probability curve. And you observe if the second group's curve's height, then it will be not as like the normal probability curve. It is a less height than the normal probability curve. So for such curves, we can call it as a kurtosis. The curve is called as a kurtosis. Then we'll go to the next slide. Platycutic curve and leptocutic curve. In the platycutic curve, the definition if we give, it is in distribution. The scores are not gathered around M, but they are scattered far away from M on the both sides, like the third group we observed in the previous slide. Then the curve will become flatty and the height of the such curve is less than that normal curve. Such type of curve is called as a platycutic curve. And for the leptocutic curve, we can give the definition like this. If in a distribution the scores are gathered around M but the height of such curve is high than that of normal curve, then such type of curve is called as a leptocutic curve. We observed it in the second group of frequency distribution in the previous slide and also discussed on that also. If we calculate the standard deviation of such distribution, then standard deviation of that group will come very high. Obviously, when the height of the curve is very less than the normal probability curve and it is distributed on the both side like such, the SD if we calculate, then it will come high. That means they have the difference in between M and the score of the other students, right? If we on the other side, if we calculate the ST of the distribution, it will come very less. If we see the second group frequency distribution, the height of the curve of that is very high than the normal probability curve. That means the students are concentrated at the middle only. So if we calculated the distance from the M, that is SD, then it will become very less. Then reasons why platycutic curve will come and leptocutic curve will come. See here, if the nature of the group is heterogeneous, that means all type of students are there. They have not distributed as a normally. That means any kind of students ability is there. That means some students have the lower ability, some students have the highest ability, middle level, average. All type of students are there. Then the nature of the group is we can called as a heterogeneous and automatically the curve will come platycutic. That means they will distributed in that all over in the group. Here the group of nature is homogeneous, means either they maybe in the previous slide we see that height of the curve is in the middle highest, but it can shift also on the left side also on the right side also, means whatever we studied in the previous slide. See, we will see that again the previous slide. We will go to the previous slide. See here, if the height of that leptocutic is here in the middle, but it can shift to the left side also, it can shift to the right side also. That means if number of students is high in the middle like this distribution, it will come in the middle. That means average students are more. If weaker students are more, then the curve will come here. If high ability students are more, then the curve will come here. That means leptocutic will come either here or either here or either here. That means the distribution is homogeneous in that. So we can see here that if the nature of the group is homogeneous, then leptocutic will come. Here the range of students' ability is very high as discussed previously. Then here the range of students' ability is very less. That means either average or weak, less ability or high ability, and so the height is come high than the normal probability curve. Then here the third reason may be like that the difficult level of question paper, different all type of question. That means we can't say that the difficult level of the question paper is as per the normal probability. That means always we can make a question paper. Some questions are at the high difficult level, some questions of the low difficult level, and maximum questions will be, that means the difficult level questions of maximum questions will be at the middle, that means average. But if it is not there, if the difficult level of the question paper is differ from all questions, how any type of distribution of the difficult level of the there, that means it will come the plateautic curve. Then here either very easy difficult level of question paper is there, then students will get more score, the leptocutic curve will shift to the right side. If very tough difficult level question papers are there, then the curve will shift on the left side, because the students will get the less mark there. And all the questions are of the same medium type of questions are there. Difficult level of the question paper is medium, then it will come at the center. That means the leptocutic will come there. That means very easy, the leptocutic curve will shift to the right side. Very tough, it will shift to the left side, and medium, it will come in the middle like this. So here the definition SD, how the SD is there, and the reasons for plateautic curve we studied. Then if we see in short, the plateautic curve will like this and leptocutic curve will be like this. Thank you very much.